Good YouTube and everybody, thanks for stopping by and checking out the channel. We really do appreciate it. And as always, we'd like to thank our viewers, subscribers, and our members, because without you, we're not us. So let's talk about McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat Classic Scorpion. This is available now for order, and the links are down in the basement. Let me know something in the comments. People are talking bad about the figure, people are saying it's okay, and people are saying it's high price. What do you guys think, and are you going to pick it up? Let me know in the comments. But right now, let's roll them off the stand and let's get started. Okay, so let's measure him up. We'll do the inches. You know, I'll do him standing up. There he is. Okay, he's right at 7 inches. Flip him over on the centimeter side. He should be right. What do you guys see there? Right at 18 inches? I mean, in centimeters? I see 18 centimeters, right under 18 centimeters. That's where he's at, that's where he's standing, and that's what we're working with today. So for the packaging, to me, it does look good in some ways. I know a lot of people don't like it, but for me, being from the time that it came out, if you look at it, you do have the arcade style there. As you can see on the top, you have Mortal Kombat Classic, which has nothing to do with Mortal Kombat 2. And then you can see how it has the Mortal Kombat Classic in the letters there. That's part one. This is Mortal Kombat 1 design. And then at the bottom, you do have the arcade style, which is Mortal Kombat 2. And then you have the dragon logos, which are wrong as well. They're supposed to be different. I'll try to pop a picture and show you that. And if you flip it on the top side, you do have the open cutout. That's cool. Of course, the Aegis and McFarlane Toys there. And if you do flip over the side, like I said, I'm a fan of the cutout. I do like that. You see the lightning effect and also the wrong emblem. This will be the emblem. This will be Mortal Kombat 1. Mortal Kombat 2 is a little different in the color, and it has the lightning. So that's correct as well. You do have McFarlane Toys there, also on the other side panel as well. So not too much about the packaging of the outside of it. It's okay. But if you look really deeply in, you can see the figure and all the accessories inside the bubble. And of course, it's mini diorama. That will be the armory. I think all these have the armory in them, the single package, but you see it there. So let's flip it over to the back side. This is more of the Mortal Kombat 2 bio. When you're either waiting in the game, this comes up and you see a character do a move and he stops and poses, and then his bio comes up, right? You can see that there. Pause it if you like, read that. Then his bio comes up, there goes the moving parts, logo as well, right? So the packaging is okay. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's not bad. Here are the barcodes. If you want to pause and read that, check that out. That might help. There you go. So overall for the packaging, for me, 5 out of 5 is good. And that'll do it for the outside of the packaging. So stepping inside the box, we already talked about the outside. You can see inside you do have the mini diorama, which is extra small. I think it's pretty trashy to me because of the fact that, yeah, it looks good, but it's not wide enough to stick a figure in there in a couple poses. Maybe add somebody else. It's very little, so you have to put the figure in there closely. And the background in the game, you were kind of far away from this picture of it. So you see the picture there. You were kind of standing right here in the game, but here you're going to take a picture up close, and it doesn't fit and it doesn't look right. So not a great job on trying to do a diorama there, unless they were not. They were just having it for the packaging. But you see, it looks like a diorama because it does come apart. As you can see here, you do have flaps to make it widen up, but it's still too close. This is more of the background of in the game. If you're in the very background, this is in the very back, and you fight up front by the armory here. But this, I would say, this bad if you open it up and, you know, take really good shots with it, but it's not that great because they did it completely wrong. So it's okay, right? There you go. And that'll do it for the inside of the packaging. Okay, so let's take a look at the accessories. This is very disappointing. We know already. We've talked about it. You've heard things about it. I've talked about in the past that it's $30. It's quite a bit, but some of us are going to pay that price because we grew up in this time. So you see these figures, you're going to end up getting them, but I don't blame you if you do not get them. But of course, the accessory situation is very slim. You buy a 2-pack, you get a lot of accessories, but that's also expensive as well. So once you buy like the 2-pack, the Reptile with the Sub-Zero, Melina, that's all cool because they all come with accessories. Reptile and Liu Kang, I think that's Liu Kang, yeah, in the color blue. You do get quite a bit of accessories there. That's nice, but why not with the single characters? But as you can see, That's what it is. So looking at Scorpion's accessory, I'm a fan of, because it's nice that they finally got the wire that's going to be, you know, stiff so it can move more like, you know, wire that's inside there. You do have the thing itself, but it has that bob wires thing in it, which is pretty cool. That way he can actually wrap it and actually look like he's actually throwing it. You put your swirls in there, you can do it straight, you can hoop it around his hands. That's very good, but that's all they get. He doesn't even get an extra pair of hands. So the McFarlane stand, we know that this doesn't impress us at all. This is just a McFarlane stand, right? We've all seen this many times before. Nothing new to us. Wow. McFarlane stand. That goes in the garbage half the time. Okay. And then here is the harpoon. There you go. You see it. It's all right. I mean, the silver paint on there is okay. This is very, very thin plastic. Could crack. This could fall off. Not too well. I mean, it looks good from a distance, but holding it, you can tell it's very cheap. There you go. How you think that looks there up close? There you go. And there's your, I guess you call, rope. And it is fairly decent. You see that there? Okay. Yep, it's modified so it can stay straight, or you can bend it, right? That's pretty cool. I like that. That's not bad at all. Okay. And that'll do it for the accessories. Not much. Very disappointing on that. And still, for the life of me, I can't understand why I wouldn't get an extra head scope or something of that matter, right? But we don't have it. And that'll do it for the accessories. Let's go on to the appearance of the figure. I want to show you this. What we think that is wrong, what is right, something that they did wrong, but it still looks right if it was in the different situations. Things like that. We'll come back to that. Okay, so let's take a look at the appearance. So looking at the figure itself, most people do not like it. They say he's too skinny, or it's just off of a figure. He's got a funny cut in his neck that makes him slouch over. A lot of different things they don't like. They say the paint's bad by the belt. It's a little bit too big or whatnot. But let's take a look at it up close and look at this. Okay, so if you're one to look at the imperfections, if you see that the mask here, let me get that clear. You see the mask. Okay, the mask was supposed to be Mortal Kombat 2, right? So the mask is beautiful. And I say beautiful because if you pull up Mortal Kombat 11, just pull that up, that's in a Mortal Kombat 11 mask. Do not know why they used a Mortal Kombat 11 mask, because that's what that is. That is not Mortal Kombat 2 at all. Mortal Kombat 2 looks really funny. It's different. This is way off, but it looks really good if it was Mortal Kombat 11, right? So you see the mask there. That's the difference. They completely wrong for this figure, but if it was Mortal Kombat 11, it is completely right and it looks good, especially the Sub-Zero one. Very nice. So wrong there. Let's go for the eyes. Like, we're looking at the appearance. You see the eyes. Of course, his eyes are white. That's how they are. You could have had an extra head scope where he had his regular eyes. That'd have been neat as well. Okay. Taking a look at the head. The head is not bad. Okay. But it's too much of an oval, of a circular. He more had that kind of, you know, it's kind of point. I don't know. Like he had a, I don't know how you explain it, but he didn't have this rounded off head. It's more like a hoodie kind of deal, kind of a, I can't explain it, but you do know what I mean. I'll post a picture up. This is more, when you look at this character, it looks more MK11. That's what I'm really getting at. It has MK2 vibes, because you see these patterns here. This is all correct. This is a little different because this gi is supposed to be one. This is all paint and it's one piece. They failed there, but this is not failed. This is correct. Yes. And then you look at the belt here. If you're looking at the belt, it looks like it's just dangling so low. It's not that. It was two strings and a little bit, two strings dangling, but you got this fat bow there at the bottom, just like a bow, right? That's completely wrong, and it doesn't look good just painted on the gi, right? The bottom of the gi looks okay, but then you go toward the parts where his legs are, where the gi is, with the PVC plastic. That doesn't look great either. It's just, this needs to be two pieces, and then inside needs to be two pieces as well. That way you can see his neck or his muscles on his neck like you would, but you do not see that at all, right? I am getting MK11 vibes just because of the attire and his mask, right? but it's not, they're not done bad. The proportion of the figure, as you can see, he has that kind of a hunchback look. The reason why he has this hunchback look at this. It's because his head is sitting on a ball and socket that is sliced at an angle, which is terrible. And he has a ball and socket that has grooves in it, so it's not gonna do that well. So I think that you can pull the rotations around just as much as you need. There you go. You do have it. We'll show that in articulation. I think the articulation is okay with that, but why have this angled cut to make him have his head down like that, pushed out like that? It's more like he's an old man. His neck is pushed out. So I do not understand that. You'll get your tilt, that's there, but I think that was just laziness. And that ballpoint with the stuff on the end of the ballpoint, that can mess up some figures inside the socket here, right? That stuff goes in, cracks around, and you get a cracked socket, or you might crack the socket itself. So not quite sure why that was done, right? So looking at the figure as it stands, I think the standing of the height of the figure, I think it's running at 7 inches. So that's quite all right. Like I said before, this belt is supposed to be more like a string, not this flappy, not this, what do you call that? Ribbon-like? That's what it looks like, okay? And then you look at the gauntlets, those are fairly decent. They're sculpted decent and they're black. Nothing much you can do about that. He's not too muscular, which is really good. And then you see the bands that go around his biceps. That's quite on there. We like that. Also looking at his knee pads and his shin guards, right? I think the knee pads might go a little higher than normal. Not quite sure, but they do look pretty decent as they were in the video game. So not bad there, I would say, but not quite accurate. And you see the pants are black there and they're ruffled up. Really cool, really cool. But the big part is the gi is not 2 pieces, and the paint of the belt should be PVC plastic and not that ribbon-like material in the front. It should just be 2 strings hanging, not that big bow there. Yeah, it's a big bow there. That's not it. Okay, yeah, so looking at the appearance here, like I said before, I'm getting that Mortal Kombat 11 vibe because of the mask and a lot of other things. I mean, even the head, the way the head is wrapped, that's MK11 as well, right? And then you're getting the laziness of making the gi 1 piece. So articulation is going to be fairly decent, but not where it should be. And the knee pads are a little bit exaggerated. I know they go high, but this is almost going up to the middle of his thigh. I would say a quarter ways up to past his knee. I'm thinking it went that high, but it does look fairly decent with the specs on it. That's how they were. And you see the feet there. You can't go wrong with that. Let's take a look at the back. That's tacky. It's just some sculpting or paint. You just paint it around there, and that's what you look like. It doesn't look like that all in the game. Not at all. That's bad. And the pants themselves, fairly decent. But this is what you got for the appearance. This is not a Mortal Kombat 2 figure. It has some Mortal Kombat 2 qualities, but it looks more of Mortal Kombat 11, right, on the appearance. There you go. Take a look at that mask. That's not MK2. All right. That'll do it for the appearance. Okay, so let's check out the POA, the points of articulation. All right, so we think 50-50 on this or something. A lot of people don't like it. And some people do, just because of, they grew up during this time. But okay, so the articulation, look at that hunchback he has, right? See the cut on the neck? That just brings it just very, very strange on that. Don't know why they did that. Okay, so let's see how much limitations you have. So rotations are fine. You do have your tilts, right? So all that stuff's there, so it's not messing it up at all. You look down, and then you look up. That's the problem. Looking up is your problem. You're having that cut to the neck, and you're not going to be able to look up unless you come off the ball socket, right? There's that socket that's very ugly. You can hit it on there, but there you go. I think that's okay. It's more like looking forward because that cut at the neck. Don't know why they did it, but there you have it. So the head movement is fine. Not a lot of play here for the fact that they made this 1 piece. As you can see, 1 piece in the game. I just don't understand why that would be. Right? So you're not getting any movement here. You got that's terrible, okay? So you do have your fly system there, the latches. They do rotate inside. And of course they move, but the limitations are going to be here because this gi does not move. And that's going to be the same on both sides. You do have your double jointed arms. Okay, they are there. And of course the torso can rotate a little bit, but you're stuck with this around the waist and this gi that doesn't move, so it makes it constricted. So there's even no point of moving the waist the way you like. You could do it some, but look how ugly, look how much is that tearing that. It's ripping that away. Don't do. I advise you not to do it. Being a $30 figure, you definitely want to break that. Okay, let's go down to the hands. We know the hands would be interchangeable if you had more. Okay, there they are. They do rotate, and they do have them little latches of their own. Yeah, funny latch right there that clamps in and has a pin in it. Don't know why you do that. Just make them regular, like the arms here, but it's not there. So that's the same on both sides. You do see his gauntlets. There they are. Okay, let's go down to the knees here. Let's see how much of the pads are in the way. The pads are painted well, just a little high. There we go. You got your double jointed. There you go. Nice. And that's the same on both sides. The feet, the ninja feet, have latches of their own here. And then you do have the feet sitting on rockers. Also with the pivot in the toe, right? Gotta love the pivot in the toe. So the figure with the articulation is very basic. It's nothing out of this that's crazy. Very basic, very bland. Some parts they messed up on, especially the head, that neck cut there, where they cut the neck there. That's terrible and unnecessary. And then the ball and socket here has grazed material that's going into not PVC plastic. This is going into ABS plastic that just doesn't mesh well. It's terrible. So there you have it on the articulation. Okay. Okay, for the skeleton, you see everybody there. Kentaro, Melina, Katana, Liu Kang, and Sub-Zero. Everything looking good. So let's go ahead and put Scorpion there. There he is. Fitting in the mix. So everything does look really good. Of course, the McFarlane line is going to fit well. But just seeing that Kentaro does from Storm Collectibles, he fits quite well in it. So if you see these guys, you're looking at it, looks good to me. Let me know what your thoughts are. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and rate the figure. For me, let's go with the positives first. The positive that the figure is painted well. It looks okay. It has the nice accessory that has wiring in it. And above all, it's not painted too bad. And the articulation is okay. But for the cons there's no accessories. You have a stand and one of his weapons. That's not great. No extra pair of hands, no extra head sculpt, and also no flame effects for Scorpion, right? Okay, so for me, I'm gonna have to rate this figure a 4 out of 10. That's right, a 4 out of 10 is what I give it. Let me know what you give it. Let me know. And you guessed it, you can get it at BigBadToyStore.com. Just check out BigBadToyStore.com. So what are you waiting for? Check them out. And this brings us to the end of our video. If you found the video informational or you just simply enjoyed watching, please hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe button. And as always, this has been another toy review. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.